What's up, guys? Lance the Obscure Movie Guy coming to you once again with another fun-filled, fact-filled video that you probably won't care about, but we're going to do it anyways, trying to change the world one post at a time. Today's video is done in partnership with Indie Horror Junkie, so be sure to go to indiehorrorjunkie.com to check out all of their offerings. A special Friday the 13th issue of the Indie Horror Junkie magazine is going to be dropping on February 13th. Issue number 22 with Ted Bundy on the front cover. You can download yours for $5, or you can order a physical copy for $20 and have it shipped straight to your door. There's also the Indie Horror Junkie podcast every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. New people to talk to, new stories to go over, new actors to talk about. And then there's going to be the Indie Horror Junkie Film Festival at MegaCon in Orlando, March 19th to the 22nd of this year. Come stop by and check out the film festival. We're going to have horror films playing all throughout the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday. And be on the lookout for special guest announcements. Go follow Indie Horror Junkie on Facebook and Instagram for more information as the news comes out. Now let's dive into today's video. From 2025, a movie simply titled Herman.
Do you have anyone who cares for you?
Not anymore.
I think maybe you've been alone too long, Herman. Is it forgiveness that you're looking for?
Who's there?
Sister Mary and Sister Josephine from the convent. Our power went out when we lost heat.
You've seen it. It's here.
What are you doing?
I tried to warn you.
Do you have a phone I could borrow?
Wow. Get out of my
I'm
house.
not going anywhere.
Don't open the door.
He's from the dark place.
You're not well, Herman. Don't you see that?
You did this.
You don't know what you're saying.
I feel like I can't trust you.
You don't trust anyone.
You! Look what you've done! Where the hell am I?
Face the darkness head on. Face the truth.
I'm coming out!
Herman is a 2025 psychological thriller that was written and directed by Andrew Vogel, stars Colin Ward as the titular character, Herman himself. And this was a very, very well-written film. It's got a very interesting opening sequence that's got a good narration that leaves you asking questions and gets you engaged into the film. Leaves you asking questions as to, is this all in his head? Is he dealing with a ghost? Is this a demon? What is going on with Herman? We want to know more. So to break it down, Herman is basically a guy that lives by himself. Hermit, if you will. Out in the backwoods in a log cabin across from a church or a commissary or something of that nature where the nuns live. I don't know what they call that. But he's there by himself, and he seems to be tortured and haunted by his past, and unfortunately he is there by himself to undo himself, basically. He is there to alleviate himself from this world. However, just as he's about to go do that, there's a storm that happens, the nuns come knocking, and they want to be let in because there's no power in which they're staying, and he has food, he has power, and he lets them in for a little while. But Herman's very gruff. He's very grumpy. Obviously, he doesn't want company there. He allows them in for a little while simply because they are nuns. But the one is a younger sister. The other one is an older sister. And the older sister seems to understand that there is some turmoil surrounding Herman, and he must be going through something psychologically. I don't want to give too much away in the way of the plot because it's really well written in the regard of the reveal. you do kind of get a sense of what Herman is dealing with throughout the course of the film. And there is some other characters that pop up at this log cabin. And the interesting thing about the characters that pop up at this log cabin is each character seems to know a little bit more about what's going on than Herman does. So it does leave you, again, very engaged with this film, wanting to understand what exactly is happening. Are these people plotting against Herman? Somebody out to get him? Is he dealing with his own internal struggles? Is it ghosts? Is it demons? Is it a monster? Is there something in the woods that's out to get everybody? It's very, very cleverly written in that regard. I also want to commend the cast and crew on doing a lot with a little. It's one of my favorite things about independent filmmaking is that you're able to expand upon this universe, but realistically, everything takes place in one centralized location in this very small log cabin. But because people are coming in from the outside and you don't exactly know what's going on in the outside as far as the storming and the weather and the church across the road, you get this expansive universe, even though you never really get to see any of it, but it's talked about and its presence is felt throughout the course of the film. Now, the subtext of this film is pretty obvious once you get into the first two thirds. It's very much about self deprecation, depression, kind of battling your own internal demons, and dealing and trying to answer for things that you've done in the past, and maybe some repentance along the way. Now, as far as the production quality, well, I mean, like I said, they did a lot with a little as far as the locales go, but the production quality in and of itself is very good. There's no audio issues. There's no visual issues. The lighting is really good. And it's purposeful because you're in a log cabin with minimal light as it is. The power goes out. Um, the character dynamics are really good. I mean, obviously, Colin Ward as Herman has the most comprehensive character because he's the central titular character that everybody's seeing and watching. But there's a really good dynamic between Colin and these other characters. And as I said, as these other characters start to crop up in the film, they all seem to know a little bit more about what's going on or a little bit more about Herman himself and the struggles that he's dealing with. I really don't have a whole lot of negative connotations about this film. The one thing I will say is about an hour into the film, some of the stuff as far as that you're seeing does get a little bit redundant because you're an hour in and you're kind of looking for a little bit of an explanation on something. Give me something. Who, what, when, where, why. So some of the dialogue and some of the plot does become a little bit redundant in that regard, but the pacing is really good. So you kind of get over that relatively quickly because it's still moving forward. Just at that 60-minute mark, you're kind of rehashing some of the same stuff. There's a little bit of filler in there that they maybe could have done without. In the end, I think this is a really, really well written film with that will really have you looking inwards personally at some of the self deprecation and depression that you yourself might be dealing with. I know that I deal with depression. Um, some days are better than others. I have had a really good year last year, and so it was kind of interesting to see. I was able to relate to Herman in some regards with battling the inner demons that I have to deal with. Um, so it was an interesting expose on somebody that has to deal with depression in regards to past transgressions. So I think Colin Ward did a really good job, not only playing the character, but for large in part carrying the movie. Um, and that's not a knock against any of the other actors because all of the other actors did a really good job and there's very good chemistry on screen between the characters. But Colin Ward, I mean, is a seasoned professional. He's been at this for a long time. He's done a lot of cool stuff in the past. Um, but I think this was really an overall great performance on his part because, for a lot of it, he is by himself. Um, and even the bits that he does have to interact with other characters, he does have to outshine them in a sense because he is the title character. So it was really interesting character, especially the character arc. It was really well written, really well portrayed. Um, that's just a really good character for Colin Ward. I think I mean, the way it's written, you had to have a strong performance from that character. Otherwise, the movie doesn't work. And I think he was able to pull it off. That's a lot of pressure to put on one actor. and I think he did a superb job. So be on the lookout for Herman on your streaming platforms. Released in 2025, again, written and directed by Andrew Vogel, stars Colin Ward, a great psychological thriller about depression and self-deprecation. I think everybody did a great job on this one. So look it up, check it out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, come see me at MegaCon in Orlando, March 19th to the 22nd this year. We're going to be doing the Indie Horror Junkie Film Festival. It's going to be a blast. So come and see us. Like, subscribe, and comment on my YouTube channel. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. I'll see everybody in the next video.